Assalamualaikum and good morning respected lecturer. My name is Muhamad Izzat Hambali bin Azlam. Today I will present my research proposal entitled The Relationship Between Coach Leadership Styles and Athlete Motivation Levels Among UiTM Athletes. Coach leadership influence athlete motivation. Leadership styles affect performance and commitment. Three leadership styles is democratic, autocratic and transformational. Problem statements. Students athlete balance academics and sports. Motivation is becoming a challenge. Previous studies shows inconsistent findings. Limited studies involving UiTM athletes. Coach influence athlete not only in performance but also in motivation and commitment. However, university athletes often struggle to balance academics and sport, which may affect their motivation. Previous studies also report inconsistent findings and very few studies have focused on UiTM athletes. Therefore, these studies is conducted to fill this research gap. Research objective number 1 is determine coaching's leadership styles. Research objective 2, determine athletes' motivation levels. Research objective 3, examine the relationship between coaching, leadership styles, and athlete motivation. These studies has 3 objectives. First, to determine the coaching leadership styles among UiTM athletes. Second, to determine the level of athletes' motivation. And finally, to examine the relationship between coaching leadership styles and athlete motivational levels. This framework consists one of independent variable, which is coaching leadership style, and one dependent variable, which is athlete motivation. Coaching leadership is divided into democratic, autocratic, and transformational leadership, while athlete motivation consists of intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. This framework is supported by self-determined theory. Here is slide of research design. First is quantitative, second is correlation, survey, cross-sectional, and peer correlation. These studies use a quantitative approach with a correlation research design. Data will collect through a survey, questionnaire using a cross-sectional design. Pearson correlation will be used to examine a relationship between the two variables. Here is population and sampling. Population 1,250 athletes. The sample 302 respondents. Sampling, purposive sampling, and the theory is SDT. The study population consists of 1,250 UiTM student athletes. Based on the Crazy and Morgan table, the required sample size is 320 respondents. Purposive sampling is used because only respondents who meet the inclusive criteria will participate. Here is an instrument slide. Section A is have demographic, Section B leadership style, and Section C is motivation. Pilot study is 30 respondents. Reliability Cronbach alpha is 0.70. The questionnaire consists of 3 sections. Section A collect demographic information, Section B measure coaching leadership styles, and Section C measure athlete motivation. A pilot study involving 30 respondents will be conducted and a Cronbach alpha value of at least 0.70 will indicate acceptable reliability. Okay, now is slide of data collection and analysis. The flow number 1 is proposal. After that followed by pilot. Settle pilot go with questionnaire, data collection, SPSS, and peer correlation. After obtaining approval, a pilot study will be conducted before distributing the questionnaire. Once the data are collected, they will be screened and analyzed using SPSS. Descriptive statistics will be used to describe the data, while Pearson correlation will test the relationship between coaching leadership styles and athlete motivation. Thank you for your attention.